Hello everybody, welcome back to the Night Garden. We are going to be talking to you about art today, but not quite yet, because we are doing more Pokemon tier lists.
Yeah, we've gone through Gen 1, Gen 2, now we're on to the third generation.
Gen 3!
This is the generation of Sapphire, Ruby.
Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald.
We can get right into it here. We've got our normal types.
Our normal types. There's a decent amount of normal types that are pretty cool here. Honestly, if we add Pokemon Go into our preferences, I have a Beastly looking. I always really like the Kecleons. Skitty, Delcatty. I have to go for Kecleon.
Ooh, Kecleon, do you want a purple one?
Yeah.
You would.
I am a parody of myself.
Oh, as for me, Skitty and Delcatty are adorable. I really liked Zangoose. I thought he was the coolest. I couldn't get him in mine because I had Sapphire, and you could only get Seviper in Sapphire, but Seviper and Zangoose had this feud, so it was like Ricky Tikki Tavi on my video game, and I thought that was the coolest. So I gotta go with that little Zangoose.
Fire. Not much in terms of fire types here.
Nope.
I always really enjoyed Camerupt. I'm gonna pick him.
Not a lot to write home to in terms of the fire types.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with my Smokestack Turtle and with Torkoal.
The starters in Gen 3 are just very mid-tier.
Yeah. Water type.
There's a lot of pretty cool water types. I've always enjoyed Sharpedos. I think they're really neat. Cast form is interesting.
It was a cool gimmick, but it was a garbage Pokemon.
Yeah. I like Milotic a lot, but I think I have to go for Sharpedo.
Ooh, Sharpedo. Edgy. Shark Week. Okay, so for water types, I forget who we got here.
Milotic was, like, impossible to get.
Oh my gosh, it was so annoying, because you had to grind up, like, Pokeblocks with berries, and you could only get, like, the best Pokeblocks if you linked up with, like, 3 other people, and they had the right ingredients, and you had to have the right kind of Phoebus to feed them the Pokebox.
For the longest time, I didn't even realize that Phoebus evolved.
Yeah, it's the dumbest thing. In terms of water types, I gotta go with Relicanth. He is such a cool dude. This old ancient fish guy. I caught one and I had him on my team.
So, the grass types, there's a couple of pretty cool ones here. I really like Breloom because I like the thought of the little mushroom guy. And I like Lileep a lot, but I think I have to go for Cacturn.
Cacturn. As for me, I really like Chiftry in that he looks like a Tengu from like Japanese culture and stuff. That's such a cool aspect to me. Ludicolo. But
yes, the racist Pokemon.
Apparently. Sombrero Boy and Poncho. I really, really like Tropius. It's a flying grass type, and it was a giant dinosaur with bananas. Like, what a weird guy.
The electric types leave a lot to be desired here. Give me Minun.
Minun?
Yeah.
I'll combat you, and I'll be Plusle.
Okay. Ice types, there are some cool ones. I think out of all of these, I like Glalie the best.
I never liked Glalie.
He looks like a skull.
I guess I can see it, but ugh. And yeah, ice type's really not inspiring. I think I gotta go with Celio.
Okay.
Fighting.
Honestly, probably Hariyama here.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's really strong, and I liked his design a lot for a fighting type. I really don't like fighting types.
Yeah, it's between Hariyama and Breloom for me. Now that you mention like the whole aspect of the mushrooms and stuff, and the fact that it's a plant type, he kind of looks buggy in ways.
Right.
To me, so I'm gonna go with Breloom here. Poison.
Oh, honestly, there's no contest here. It's a Viper.
Yeah, and like I said with Zangoose, I thought that the conflict and the feud between Seviper and Zangoose was so cool, and I got a Seviper, and I got him on my team.
Yep. Ground types. This one's kind of hard, because I do like Claydol. I thought that they were pretty neat. It's like a owl head. But I also really like Trapinch. I feel like Trapinch just gets thrown to the wayside sometimes, so let me go for Trapinch.
Really?
Yeah.
He's an anteater Pokemon.
Yeah,
that evolves into what looks like a dragonfly, which evolves into a dragonfly-looking fucker.
Right, but like, Trapinch is super cute.
Yeah, I can see it. I think that these ground types are kind of boring.
Yeah.
But I really liked Nincada. I thought Nincada was super cute because he's just a little cricket guy.
And your bug bias.
And my bug bias. On to the flying types here.
You know, I'm not a fan of, like, any of these Pokemon.
Dang.
I do like Altaria for Pokemon Go. Out of all of these, I'd probably say either Wingull or Rayquaza. But if I remember correctly, there's not a lot of good dragons in this gen either, so let me go for Wingull.
There's Wingull for you. I need to go with my bug bias again here, because Ninjask evolves from Nincada, and it's the coolest aspect because so long as you have an empty slot in your Pokemon party when Ninjask evolves, you then get a secondary Pokemon of the shed skin because he is a Cicada.
Cicada, yeah. Psychic is my jam, you know this. I love Why Not. He's cute. Metagross was introduced here. I do like the Meditite and Medicham. I thought the Psychic Fighting was an interesting typing, cross-typing.
Right? They were kind of like monks.
Yeah. Chimecho is really cool. The Solrock and Lunatone are great. And then I do really like the Gardevoir line, but I think I have to go with my Lunatone. Because I was really proud of myself when I caught that guy.
Psychic here. Oh, man. I'm gonna make it an upset and go with the cute little Spoink, because if he stops moving, he die.
Which is so sad to think about, because he's actually your spring in Pokemon Pinball.
Oh no, he's dead.
Yeah, right? He's hella dead.
Ooh, onto the bugs.
Alright.
They've got such good bugs this time.
This is the gen with Wurmple in it.
So many good bugs!
I have to go with Illumise.
Illumise.
Yeah.
And I always thought that it's a blue face. I always read it as, honestly, a bubble over their head.
Right.
Like a glass bubble, like a spacesuit.
I could absolutely see that.
I always thought that whenever I looked at Illumise. I was like, why is it...
I always really enjoyed the colors for Illumise.
Now, this is so hard because I love Wurmple. Beautyfly is gorgeous. Of all of the bugs, Dustox and the fossil ones are kind of to me.
Right.
But everybody else here is an absolute bomb. I drew Surskit already, but I love the little guy, and Masquerain. The fact that he has the eyes on the wings, but Volbeat was honestly one that I did catch and did have on my team.
Well, he's a lightning bug.
And so I think I gotta go with the opposite of Illumise, which is Volbeat.
That's cute.
I know. Rock type.
Rock type. I probably have to go with Lilith. I always thought Credilli was such a disappointing evolution to him. If I didn't go for Lilith, I'd probably go for Solrock, but I like him. He's like a sea anemone.
A sea anemone. I could go for my rocky fishy boy. That was another thing that I thought was so cool. It was like, why is he a rockfish? How does he swim?
Right.
But it's because he was ancient, basically a living fossil, so that was super cool to me. But I'm gonna go with Lairon, because I think that he is a really cool guy and ghost types.
Ghost type. There's not a lot here, but they're good ones. I love Sableye. He's such an interesting shape design. And then Banette is one of my favorite ghosts, and Duskull is one of my favorite ghosts. So I think I gotta go with Banette, though.
Yeah, you have a doll of that.
I do. I have a little plushie.
When I saw Sableye, I thought that he was super cool, so I gotta go with him. Alright, dragon.
Dragons. I was right. There's not a lot of good dragon types here. So I gotta put Rayquaza there.
Understandable. And I'm putting in a bug bias, even though he's not a bug, he looks like a bug, so I'm gonna go with Flygon here. Dark types.
Dark types. I have to go with Absol here.
I've not met too many people that don't like Absol, and I think that he is super boss as well. He was also one that was on my team in this gen.
Right.
Steel type.
So, I do like the Aggron line.
Yep.
I do like the Metagross line a lot, but I have to go with Mawile here, because again, with the Fairy Steel typing, and also he's a Venus Flytrap.
The Venus Flytrap was what really got me, and I thought that Mawile was cool. It's like, wait, it's similar to Girafarig. Is the tail the Pokemon, or is the other face the Pokemon kind of thing? And I'm in agreement. Fairy type still wasn't in this gen yet.
I gotta go with Gardevoir here.
And I'm just gonna go straight with Mawile once again. Starters!
The starters are so mid.
Yeah, not a big fan of the starters in this one. The first little guys, I think, are great.
Yeah.
But
I
as they
have
progress...
to go with Mudkip here.
I heard you like him.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm actually gonna go with Gravile, because I thought that he was cool. He got that swoosh, and he's got, like, the little hand things, like he's gonna knife you with his leaves. Gimmick form, so we've got some Megas, we've got some Primals and stuff right here,
The
too.
Primals are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really like like the Mega Mawile. Honestly, a lot of these Megas are really cool. I love Mega Banette.
Opens up its little, like, hands and then gets little claws.
Yeah. It's a toss-up for me between Mega Banette, Mega Sableye, and Mega Mawile. I think I might go with Mega Sableye, though, just to get some Sableye rep in there.
Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. And meanwhile, I'm based, and I think that Mega Absol is super cool. Gets wings, it becomes a magical girl, like...
Cardcaptor Sakura, that shit.
Yeah, just evil magical girl, you get it.
The legendaries aren't the greatest. I do think that the Deoxyses are really cool, but I think I have to go with Kyogre here to rep my Sapphire.
Never had one, but I love the idea of a wish-making Pokemon with Jirachi and how the, like, Tanabata little scroll pieces are on
the wish.
Yeah, the wish scrolls on the head, and it's a star shape, so you're wishing on a shooting star and all that stuff. I just think he's very aesthetic.
I just think he's neat.
Moment of truth here. Favorite Pokemon from Generation 3. You got quite a spread here, very scattered.
Yeah, this one is honestly kind of hard, but I think I have to go for Banette out of all of these.
Ooh, Ghosty Ghost. Oh, and for me... This one is real hard. There are some great bugs in this one.
And you have a lot of bugs in your lineup, too.
I do have a lot of bugs in my lineup. I've got at least 3 here. Love Zangoose, man. Absol and Zangoose have similar energy, in my opinion.
Right,
like,
that kind of devil-may-care.
They've got evil mean.
Yeah.
I got claws and I know how to use them kind of energy.
Right, but I won't unless I have to.
But then also Seviper, which has those cool fangs and the really awesome coloration and that, like, blade on the tail. Ah, man.
Honestly, Seviper is really cool.
I also really, really like Relicanth, just kind of as a little guy. This gen had some real bangers.
Right. I think Gen 3 is better than Gen 2.
For the longest time, Absol was one of my favorites, and I don't know if I can upset that.
So I guess you're going to be drawing Absol.
Ah, man. I was also almost going to draw Absol for the style swap with Invader Zim.
Oh,
but
yeah?
I ended up scrapping that concept before it became to fruition, because I already drew 3 others.
Yeah. I had the opposite problem in that one.
There we have it. Generation 3 on lockdown and complete.
I get to do my Zipper Boy.
Zipper Boy, right? Oh, I'm excited to see that.
It's gonna be fun.
After your Haunter, like, yeah.
Yeah, did you enjoy the Haunter?
I did enjoy your Haunter. You know this. All right, let's get to drawing here.
All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ka-chow! Time to work on your Banette.
My banana.
Your Zipperman!
Zipperman!
So you're drawing Zipperman, right? From JoJo?
No, I'm not drawing Zipperman from JoJo.
Giorno Van Giovanni?
That's not even Giorno, that's Buonarroti.
Yeah. Or, as other people might know him as, Crispin Freeman.
Yeah.
Man, that show was a show.
It sure was.
Oh, boy. That was a really interesting arc, though. Like,
I did like that arc. The later seasons of JoJo are better than the newer seasons.
The first ones, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can understand why people really, like, clung to that one. Like, the fashion and the style in that one. They were in Italy, so fucking come on.
Yeah.
But, anyway, Zipperman.
Anyway, Zipperman.
Anyway, onions.
Onions.
So, Banette, the evolution of Shuppet, who was just a little floating head man.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
He stuck his leggy out. This Pokemon developed from an abandoned doll that amassed a grudge. It is seen in dark alleys. Strong feelings of hatred turned a puppet into a Pokemon. If it opens its mouth, its cursed energy escapes. Is it a Pandora's box puppet? Maybe.
Like, what are you doing over there, Banette?
Being cute.
I guess so.
He's just a guy.
Banette generates energy for laying strong curses by sticking pins into its own body.
Oh, he's a voodoo doll.
This Pokemon was originally a pitiful plush doll that was thrown away. So that was, the first 2 were from the Pokemon.com website. And that next one that I just read is from Pokemon Go's explanation of him.
Oh, okay.
Or her. Banette is 1.1 meter tall, so 3 feet, only 12 kilograms. Very interesting.
Right?
So not a very tall boy.
No.
Not a very tall lad. Kind of a little guy.
A little guy.
It's half the height of Umbreon, if you can believe it. Because wasn't Umbreon 2 foot?
Oh man, he's gonna be tiny.
Yeah. I mean, it's a doll.
Umbreon was 3'3".
Oh, geez, then yeah, it's even smaller than that. Than half. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense if it was a little doll. If it's a little pincushion doll type guy. Who would have this doll, I worry for.
Well, he's cursed.
But did he look like this before he was cursed?
Probably not.
Or did he look like something else? What did it look like before it got cursed?
Just a doll.
How did it go from a ghost to a cursed doll? Pokemon makes no sense sometimes.
Right.
A lot of times.
Most times.
Most times. What's with its little butt fluff? What is that supposed to be?
A fluffin.
A fluffin.
He's a fluffin.
Is it like stuffing coming out the ass, or...
I don't think it's stuffing. I think it's meant to be like a...
Was it supposed to be like a shark doll? Because it's got little fins for arms, and the tail doesn't make any sense as a tail, so I don't know why I said shark, but it's just like... It's a little toot. He's just got a little toot.
He just grew eyes, I think.
He's just... I already can't remember what other Pokemon were in this gen. There was Duskull, there was Sableye, I think.
There's a lot of good ghosts in this gen.
There were a lot of good ghosts. It was Gen 3 that we're on.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to look up Ghost.
I'm gonna actually...
Shedinja, Sableye, Shuppet, Banette, Duskull, and Dusclops.
Mm-hmm.
There might have been more, but I don't... Those are the ones that I have on Pokemon Go. I do like that he's kind of got the shark fin going on.
Right.
I didn't often look at Banette to figure out like what it actually looked like. Was this another Pokemon that was region locked depending upon which color game you had?
I think so, yeah.
Was it Duskull and Shuppet that were, or was it just really hard to find a Duskull on one and kind of like how Caterpie you could find on blue, but you could find a Weedle, but it was very rare. It was rare compared to a Caterpie and vice versa for red.
Yeah.
Man. He's cute.
Right?
Leave it to you to like pick a voodoo doll as well.
Right. I have a friend who would be very happy with my pick.
For some reason, yours already sort of reminds me of the dolls that we have upstairs that are the, like... I don't know what they're called. They're the teddy bears that we have.
The teddy scares?
Yeah, the teddy scares. It's because I think it's very, very round.
Probably. I just draw very round.
He's got a really shit-eating grin here.
Yep.
Just like... I'm kind of surprised that you picked this guy over Sableye.
Really?
Yeah. I thought that you liked Sableye because it was also gemstones.
Oh yeah, I love Sableye.
Along with ghostiness.
But I love this guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What you like about him?
He's got a really dark backstory for one. For another, like, his design is just really simple, but it's also really cute. I really like the zipper mouth a lot.
Now I'm curious what Shuppet's entry is.
Look it up.
I am. Shuppet is attracted by feelings of jealousy and vindictiveness. If someone develops strong feelings of vengeance, this Pokemon will appear in a swarm and line up beneath the eaves of that person's home. What if they're homeless?
Then they show up around where that person frequents, I guess.
What if they don't have a roof?
Then they just kind of hover.
They just kind of vibe.
Vibe with the jealousy, turning snakes into the sea.
No.
No? Whee!
Oh, interesting. So Shuppet, Gush, in its Pokemon.com entry says its upright horn catches the emotions of people. So its horns are the things that are like dowsing rods for envy and malice.
Interesting.
It feeds on the dark emotion of sadness and hatred, what makes it grow steadily stronger. Ghosty ghost. I always found ghost types so interesting because it was weak against itself.
Right. Ghost types are a lot of fun. Like, they're weak against themselves. They are almost impervious from almost everything else.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's weak against darkness.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think it has any resistances.
Gen 1 is where Ghost is broken. Okay.
Ghosts get destroyed by a psychic type.
Yeah, I guess.
Because they are only paired with poison. For the Pokemon that are available to them. But I don't think they have any resistances. They cannot be hit by normal or fighting moves unless that move has a special whatever, or the Pokemon has a special ability.
I thought you couldn't hit them with anything that was a physical attack. You can only hit them with special attack moves.
No, you can hit them with anything because for the longest time they didn't have physical special split.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Fire type moves, regardless of if it's a physical strike or not, will hit it, along with any other type. Man, imagine if a Bayonet Zipper got, like, stuck.
Ouch.
Like, can't open mouth, can't close mouth, just poor little stuck guy. I think this is one of the only times I'll ever see you, like, willingly use yellow.
Yep.
Why do I know you?
It's almost like we've been married for 9 years.
Oh my gosh. He's gonna kill you. Here comes the boy.
Hello, boy. You're here.
Oh boy. He's gonna open up a void to destroy people.
Yeah. He's powered by spite, you could say.
Is that why you like this asshole? Are you kin with the spite-powered motherfucker?
I don't know if I'd say I'm kin with him. He's cute.
Yeah.
Alright. Bum bum bum.
Look at how skinny his arms are. His little arms are just like nothing.
Yeah, I mean...
You know what? This little guy, this still looks way too purple for me.
It's because it's on a gray background. See? Suddenly it works. It's a little dark.
Yeah, it is a little dark. Yeah, I think that looks better.
Yep, but when I hide it, or when I bring that base background back, it looks very blue.
Yeah.
Because I'm working on a pure gray background.
Pure gray.
This is why you typically work on a toned background, though, because it makes your colors look so much brighter. You can see them so much better.
Look at this little guy. I like the way that you made, like, the horns kind of into ears on that left side.
Right.
And tilting up like, hey.
I'm here. I'm a-listening.
I'm a-listening.
I'm a little shit.
I do really love the way that you did this body as like a weird sack.
I mean, he's supposed to be a doll, right?
Yeah.
So that's where my thought was, like...
Poor child that owned this doll.
Right?
That's...
I mean, have you ever seen, like, rag dolls from the 50s and stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
you kind of do what you can with what you got.
Exactly.
The armpit looks really sharply square now.
Yeah, I'll fix it in a minute. Oops.
Give us that yellow butt poof.
Butt poofy.
Is it supposed to be straw coming out of him?
Oh, you know what? Maybe.
Because, like, a lot of times weren't voodoo dolls straw dolls?
They weren't necessarily straw dolls,
No.
but you just kind of fill them with whatever you got.
have.
Yeah. All right. Now...
I'm curious if there's any explanation as to what that is, or if it's just, you just got a tail. Who cares? Don't question it. Look at him! Yeah!
Yep.
Popular legend says that once Banette are brought to life, their sole goal is to hunt down and exact vengeance on the children that had abandoned them.
Oh my gosh.
Their entire beings are powered by vengefulness. Banette are, in fact, fond of placing curses on their enemies by sticking pins into their own bodies. They can use curse to turn their pain into their foe's suffering. Many believe that once Banette succeed in taking revenge on their old owner, they will unzip their mouths to allow the entities within to escape to the spirit world, and their bodies to revert back into toys. Their worldly business now taken care of. Others say that properly caring for a Banette will satisfy the spirit within and cause it to let go of its grudge. The result is the same, with its body reverting back into a harmless doll. Ooh.
Creepy.
Ooh, yeah.
See, they're spooky little shits.
Yeah. That is interesting that it's like, oh, they can be sated, and they can return back to the spirit world or find peace after the fact and stuff. So, interesting. Ooh, I like that shade on that horn.
Right?
Look at this little man.
Smudgy blender.
Smudgy. Did you smudge blend your other guys?
Yes.
Did you? I can't remember.
Well, I used a textured blender.
Right. This little man. I like that he's like holding up his arm like as if he's got a little dish or plate on it that's like, "Your order, sir?" or "Madame, I bring you death." This is like fucking Yakuza with the guy bringing in the cloche and then underneath it's a gun.
Right.
It's gonna like
King Duck.
It's gonna offer the cloche and then it's gonna just have Banette's head, and then suddenly the person looks back to Banette and their body isn't on their body and the head on the cloche is actually its head still because it's a ghost. It can disembody itself if it wants, and then it's just gonna eat them. That's an episode of Pokemon right there.
Is it?
It should be. I should write for them. Hire me, Pokemon.
I don't know if Pokemon is going that dark with their actual. Like,
have you read some of their
I've
lore?
read the lore, yeah. But, you know.
Have you watched the one where Ash literally dies?
Have you watched Pokemon 2000?
And Haunter basically pulls his and Pikachu's souls out of their body and goes on a little adventure across town.
Yeah.
And tortures Misty and Brock.
Yep. But, I mean, that's old school Pokemon stuff. Their new stuff is not nearly that dark.
Ah, cowards. Look at this guy!
He's fun, isn't he?
He is really cute. Yeah, he's fun. Ooh.
Spooky.
Spookums.
Alright, now I need to do some effects.
Yeah, you gotta get the glow.
The glow.
Gotta get the glow.
I also need to do my highlights.
So far, Haunter's the only of the three that does not glow.
I know. I mean, I don't need to do a glow to Banette, but...
Look at him! I really like him.
Oh, yay!
Who could have thought that Banette could be made cute?
He is cute.
He is a little terror demon.
He is. A little shit.
He glow dodging.
Yup.
Ayo, dodge that glow. Raise your evasion. Double team, let's go. Hey, where's that Gaussian blur?
Hold on, I'm not doing a Gaussian blur for this one.
Well, you set me up just to knock me down.
I'm sorry. I'll make it better, hold on.
I was trying to show that I was learning.
You are learning, and I'm very proud of you.
Man, just...
I am very proud of you.
Hey, yo, you're right, but fuck you.
No! Why are you gonna make it sound like I'm being mean?
I'm just teasing. That left side is much bigger than the...
I know.
Or the right side is...
I know.
Much bigger.
I know.
It was the left side. Did I say the left side first?
Yes, you did.
I was right the first time. I swear I know my rights from my lefts at middle-aged. I'm not technically middle-aged, but... Here comes the boy.
Hello, boy. He's scary.
So this is the end of Toy Story 3, right?
What's the end of what?
Toy Story 3 doesn't Don't the toys get, like, thrown out or something?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Or they meet some toys that get thrown out and they're mean and evil, and then a trucker comes along and grabs one of them and puts him on the grill of his truck to live for the rest of his eternity. Toys, like, never can die, apparently. So they just live an endless existence of pain and suffering.
That's really dark.
Like, think about it. The ones that are in the trash, they're just sitting there suffocating. They don't need air, though.
Did you need to traumatize our audience this evening?
Just food for thought.
All right.
I'm trying to protect people.
There's little man.
Look at him.
Here he is.
Where does he go amongst the group? The gang? Teeny tiny. Oh my god, he's so small. He's got to be 1/3 the size of Umbreon, actually, technically. If we were going by
well, he was a
sizes.
meter, right?
Right, yes, he was 1 meter. Should he be the same size?
Yeah.
3'7". Okay, so yeah.
So he's taller than
That's
Umbreon.
a huge doll! This child had a life-size doll?
Because Umbreon's 3'3".
Yeah, oh my god, he's so big. He's so tall.
Yep. I think...
He looks weird, that doll.
He does. I think what I'm going to have to do is actually, like, size down the gang a bit. Like that.
No!
And then Bennett...
Can be a little bit smaller.
Yeah. And we are sizing him down a bit. He needs to be 3'7". So he's about that.
I think the Gengar needs to be bigger again. Because the Gengar, Haunter is like 5'3".
Yeah.
I'm on the other side, yeah. He's gonna lick him.
He's gonna lick him.
He's like, I'm gonna play with the Tungu. Yeah, Tungu.
There we go. Umbreon, you can move down a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's looking pretty good.
Look at those guys.
Yeah.
There you have it, folks. The good little guys. The good little men.
They are here.
Amassing an army.
Slowly growing in my undead masses. Alright.
Alright, are we ready for Absol?
Yeah.
An absolute disaster? Alright, now this is gonna be a disaster.
It is not gonna be a disaster.
No, it's not. See, it's already kicking off. So, disaster Pokemon, huh?
The disaster Pokemon.
Right?
Absol is number 359 in the Pokedex. Its Pokedex entry, it says that its highest stat is attack. Its lowest stat is tied between HP, defense, and special defense. And then special attack and speed are medium. Swift as the wind, Absol races through fields and mountains. Its curved, bow-like horn is acutely sensitive to the warning signs of natural disasters. Because of this Pokemon's ability to detect danger, people mistook Absol as a bringer of doom.
Oh.
So it's misunderstood.
It's a misunderstood bastard.
Yep. What do we got going on here?
So, I was looking at Absol and I was like, they're just a dog. They are a silly, silly dog. Yeah, they're misunderstood. So, they get a bad rap. They have it rough in their life. Like with my Sneasel, you don't get to see the cute side of some of these Pokemon.
Okay.
So, I was like, alright, so what's a cute thing that dogs do? And dogs, they roll on their back, they...
Oh, he's showing some belly!
And, yeah, he's showing some belly. And, uh-oh, I'm gonna run out of room here.
It's a good thing you can resize it.
I'm gonna need to resize it, this is huge. But, yeah, he's showing some belly. Alright, so he's got a tail.
But fun fact, Absol is the same height as Umbreon, 3'11". And they weigh 104 pounds.
God, this looks awful. Trying to figure out this tail here.
Don't forget your flippy floppies and stuff.
Yeah. There we go. That's a more natural curve for me to draw when it's upside down like this.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that'll just be where it goes. Because that's just naturally where it lies.
Yeah.
But, you do a heckin' stretch. How does this body... Dogs are weird, and they have, like, stretchy flesh.
They do.
And weird stuff happening. That, like, follows their contours and doesn't, but...
You've got some interesting proportions going on here. It's like you're trying to make him man-proportioned.
I mean, dogs have the same bones.
Yeah?
They've got hips, they've got bodies. I think the legs are too,
a little
long down there.
Yeah.
So I need to move them.
I think just shrinking them.
They're too big.
Yeah. That's already looking a bit better.
Thigh-heavy dog.
So,
dogs have thighs, though. Dogs have
They really do. It's the way that their legs are turned.
Yeah, it really is. I just threw the pen.
So Absol is a dark type, which means that it's weak against Fighting Bug and Fairy.
Yeah.
Which is really funny and interesting to me because of your bug bias.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
And also, like, Absol is very, very skinny.
Yes.
Too. So I think I need to, like, skin this guy in. That sounds nice and pleasant. That's a very long arm, but they've got long limbs. Like, they are very lanky in them, but I do think that that arm is a little too long. It's a bit better. The shoulder... It's kind of on an angle. The shoulder's set a little bit farther back. A little bit higher up.
Yeah.
So I think that looks okay.
Yeah, it looks fine.
And also, it's got fluff around the neck, and so all of that stuff will be hidden, so the connection here will actually, like, resolve itself later.
Exactly.
I was just realizing and thinking about it, because it's like, Absol is such a popular Pokemon. Like, I know a lot of people that really, really enjoy Absol, and I wondered, I like looking at it too, and like, clearly I enjoy it too. I picked this one as, like, my Pokemon here for this gen, and I'm trying to figure out, like, why though? Like, why do we love this weird guy?
Because he's an edgy dog, and everybody loves a dog.
Everybody loves a dog.
Everybody loves a dog. Yep.
2024. It's 2024, I swear. We're not coming back from the future. But definitely has very defined thighs in that picture. And, like, the paws, absolutely huge.
Right?
Utterly huge, gihugent paws. So how do I make it come inwards and skinny up this little guy? I think I need to bring this side over here in.
Need to do what? I can't see what you're doing.
This side needs to come.
Yeah, that looks about right.
I think. Because then he's still very skinny, but he's still got that. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Animals suck.
Oh, it's anatomy. You haven't done any studying on anatomy. That's what I was trying to explain, but it's okay.
Hip. This hip feels too big. But it's like... Because the crotch is too low?
No.
Yeah, anyways, I was talking about, like, looking at this dog thing, and why do people enjoy the dog so much, and I realized, like, this is just an edgy frou-frou. It's just an edgy frou-frou.
Frou-frou doesn't exist yet when this was,
Well, theoretically it would exist, it's just not discovered yet. Or it's,
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
I think getting the head here, because I want him to be looking kind of... God, that's so thick. I think I kind of want him to be looking a little bit to...
The side?
The side, yeah. I know that in terms of a dog, it's gonna have, like, a snout thing going on here.
Yeah.
And it's got kind of... mean eyes.
Angy.
That looks good. And it doesn't have ears.
Nope.
It's not an eerie boy.
Just has emo hair.
Also, I should probably shrink it down because it's way too big.
It is very, very big.
I don't want to liquefy you. Shrink down everything. Alright, I think that's a decent size.
Yeah, that also makes him bigger than your Paris. And about the same size as your Sneasel, which is what you want.
And then it's got this little, like... It's got Karen hair, for one thing.
I've been calling it the emo swoosh.
It's Karen hair, we all know it. We just don't want to admit it because we like this Pokemon. And it's got one of those...
The horn.
Actually, really liking that horn.
That looks really good.
In the first go here.
Yeah.
How did this happen? Who am I?
Who do you think I am? You are.
Oh god, circles. Shut up.
What?
You know what you were thinking.
I didn't say anything.
You were thinking it.
I'm gonna make you hate me in a second. I would make the top of the head higher than that head top that you sketched because the hair is not plastered against the head like glue.
Stabilization, 5,000. Because I forgot that it wasn't on, and looking at this face, I'm just like, it's disgusting.
You can always redraw it.
Wow, nice helmet head, you nerd. Fucking Mandark.
Mandark.
Beetles over here.
Yep.
Try to redraw this face here.
Yeah.
His hair keeps going because it's got a Karen hairdo. There we go, a little bit.
Yeah.
Now it's got the floofs everywhere, pretty much. All down its chest. And I had pre-drawn one of these just to kind of get into the feeling of what to expect. And I was making jokes about how the color scheme is very much Bucciarati from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I sketched a Bucciarati.
It's really funny.
A Bucciarati-looking ass Absol. And, yeah, it's a cursed image. It's pretty cursed, and I think it's hilarious. The paws are interesting.
Because they're definitely not like wolf paws or something. They're just triangles with claws.
Yeah, they're just so flat looking. It's kind of funny because, like, the center claw is very much like the murder claw.
Yeah, right? It looks like the stupid freaking bell-bottom feet that I gave my Umbreon.
Bell-bottom jeans, but feet.
Yep, bell-bottom feet.
My god.
Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, they have, like, bell-bottom style feet.
They've just got balls for feet. They don't have... They just have, like,
but their legs,
little...
their legs go from thin to fat. I think your, elbow might be a little bit low.
There you go.
Just cut the tip off the elbow.
Yeah.
It's fine. That looks much better to me.
It's how the anatomy work, don't it?
If that's how you want to look at anatomy.
It's too long. Cut it off.
Yeah, basically.
Alright, that's about the best I'm gonna get there. For that lovely piece of something. This looks too fat. Oh, everything's too fat.
It's okay.
Nah! And then we follow the lovely torso, and then we go fat. Oh man, this is a hard swoop for me here, because my natural inclination is to go like that.
Flip it horizontal.
Yeah, that beautiful line.
That actually came out nice, like
That
super
was a
nice.
Freaking good ass.
That is a good line.
That didn't quite.
I like that line. That is a nice line.
Right? Alright. There we go. That's another good line there.
Yeah.
Alright, let's try to do the opposite direction here. Oh, this isn't gonna work.
Don't forget that you have your flippy flops. It's so mad at me when I'm trying to help you.
Alright, the tail.
If you actually did that on a new layer, it would make your life easier.
I know, but it's already drawn.
Okay.
It's already drawn and perfect on this layer, so... It makes an awful tangent with the crotch line, though.
It really does. But it's okay.
Crotch line tangent.
Do me a favor here. For your tail, I know that it doesn't match up with that singular line, but I think adding a little bit of a line...
A bigger, more noticeable line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And then...
That's what I have on my thing, even though it doesn't match up. But...
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. Sometimes you have to fake it because it looks better with the faked inaccurate version.
Yeah.
And that's what goes a lot into having a style and figuring out what is aesthetically pleasing.
Okay, this middle claw go harder. These are technically, I mean, they're supposed to be gray. But
they are gray.
Fuck you, Pokemon, you're wrong. Because how do you make something look sharp when...
By coming back and doing another pass with the black.
So much effort. That one worked.
Wow, it's almost like art is work.
Gross.
Wow!
Woo!
Wow!
Woo! We also discovered while editing videos that reversing wow is really funny.
Yeah.
Those are awful looking claws.
No, those actually look really nice.
Have toes that are touching. Who cares? Toes touch sometimes. Deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little different than what his official design is, but it definitely works.
Rounded ass pieces.
I think they look fine. Why are you harshing on your claws?
'Cause they're bad.
They're not.
They're bad.
Be nice to yourself.
Alright, look at these scrawny ass legs. Absol is very scrawny in that regard, so...
Very thin.
Oh, right. It has these, like...
Spikes?
Spikes.
I don't think you'd be able to see that one.
Yeah, I don't think so either, because that one's a little bit less... That one's more straight, stretched out looking.
Yeah.
It does have spikes on, like, the elbow pad here. But,
yeah.
So on the back side of it.
Yep, there you go.
Like there. I didn't even draw this arm yet. Where'd you come from?
I think part of why this arm does feel a little weird is because it would have that digitigrade clearly seeing. So I think just kind of doing another line down before you get your paw in there would make it feel a little bit more like a dog leg.
No, the front paws really don't have it as much.
They do, but I mean, draw it how you want to. It's either or.
Because it'd be more of a... It's just like the paw is just a really long... Yes.
It also doesn't do the claw thing.
It's a little bit on the other side, so
yeah.
You can see more of...
Vroom!
Oh, shit. I liked the size of the claw and kind of the shape, but...
That looks much more claw-like to me.
Alright. It's got little nubblies on his other claws.
Yep.
Swords Dance and Slash were like the tech for this guy, pretty much.
Yep.
Kinda like that.
Yeah, because that looks more realistic to a dog paw. And you can see that digitigrade with that slight bend you've got going.
Yeah. Oh, wait. No, I feel like that dew claw, it's meant to be a dew claw, like, up here, but it looks like it's on its back elbow.
It is on its elbow.
Like, it's weird that way.
Well, I mean, like you said, cartoon dog.
Cartoon dog.
It's not really meant to make sense.
Let's turn down this a little bit.
Actually, you know, I shouldn't say that, because cartoons do still have anatomy attached to them.
Yeah.
It's just way simplified from what they're based on. And that's what makes it actually, like, deceptively hard to draw cartoon-based things, is because you are still dealing with anatomy, you are still dealing with your shapes, you know, and how they interlock, but it's just a lot less of a specific, like, I need 15 lines to make this one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of what you're dealing with here, too, is that you wouldn't really see that eye.
Yeah, I didn't know if you would.
The way that you have your head turned, are you trying to do full profile, or are you trying to do 3/4 view?
It's not meant to be full profile, but it's, like, pretty close to profile.
Okay. So, you'd have a very little bit of that cheek showing, and then mostly just see your muzzle pushed out at that point.
Yeah. Like, it's not full profile, though.
Right, but so, because you're mostly profile, if you think... You can still see this with looking at a person, too. Like, if I'm looking off this way, I'm, like, 80% profile to you right now. Can you see my other eye?
I can see your eyelids, but...
Yeah, so, I mean, that's the thing, is you won't see the eye. But yeah, just continuing that line up a little bit, you should have closer to what you want. Yeah.
Oh my god. Such thick face lines.
Yeah. I think you also drew your face line through the horn.
Well, I drew the face first.
Yeah.
Shapes first, and then... It's a bit nicer. Ugh.
Yep. I think you can move that line, just like the upper line from the muzzle, just a little bit in.
Also, this nose is not the right shape. It's got such a teeny tiny little speck of a nose.
Right.
That works. Now the forehead, because this is the center point, this would be where the...
Yep, where the nose would kind of swoop into. Think Sonic character.
Yeah, I know, I'm trying to think Sonic character. So still being like, there's face there.
Yeah, right?
It's just weird.
So, this has to do with anatomy, too, which kind of sucks, but... Maybe, maybe next little, actual teaching thing that we do, I will teach you some facial anatomy, because I think that will make things like this a lot more fun.
There, that's looking better.
Yeah, that's looking nice. I like how you just whipped that oval out. That was real fast.
Look at the number of ovals I've had to do in the past.
Right?
Look at Sneasel. That's made of ovals. What about Paris?
Paris is less ovally.
That's an entire oval right there. There's another whole oval. He is an oval! Paris is made of oval. You can poke him in the butt.
Oh man, if you turned him a little bit, he could be doing the atom reach towards Sneasel.
Hey, shush. I need to... Now we just gotta clean up some of these lines.
Yeah.
This claw's looking a little
I like that. I think it looks good.
This little guy has got some... I don't like these bottom floofs. I need to redo those. Why is... Where...
Why is what? I don't see anything where you're erasing.
Well...
Oh, okay.
It's like...
Is it on a different layer?
Yes, it's this. It's my gray layer.
Okay. Lovely.
I don't know how or why that happened, but... Thanks, layers. My stabilization is down now, so I can do kind of more swoops and swooshes.
Yeah.
Oh, hate that. Flip them upside down. Have some floofing.
Yeah, don't be afraid to, like, add a couple of defining triangles and stuff in the floof.
He just doesn't really have those in his...
Not in Pokemon style, but if you look
Style,
closely
yeah.
at the shading, the way that they did their shading, there are sections that you can see it in the shading.
Yeah.
It's just not lined.
Body line is kind of also where some of it is.
I think part of what's happening, too, is that you have a bit of a tangent happening with this paw. So if you fix this upper line here to go, like, clearly behind the paw, that might help. Yeah, because you have this down floof matches up with your paw, and this top floof matches up with your paw.
It's just a lot of shape.
Yep. Everything is shapes. Where's the Charlie Day meme?
Gross. We don't edit that into these ones.
Yeah, I
because
know.
these ones are lazy.
They're meant to be, at least.
There we go.
Nice.
Is this hideous man finished?
I think so.
He's got simple enough shapes. They just suck.
You'll get better at designing shapes, babe. It's okay.
Alright, it's clearly a dark blue, black, gray, brown, gray, black.
It's, yeah, blue-black, blue-gray.
You're a blue-black.
Am I?
Blue-black. Alright, now we get to set as the reference layer. I don't know what that does.
Setting it as the reference layer means that if you use your fill tools and stuff, it will refer back to the lines.
You were like, I hate fill tools, so now look what I'm doing.
Yeah?
I'm wasting my time filling it in.
Well, because it leaves little artifacts and stuff.
We like artifacts. They're rare and fancy.
Not those types of artifacts.
Artifacts are cool. I just realized I'm gonna have to color this guy in all white, or else he's gonna just be a transparent blob.
Yep.
No! I hate coloring whites. Not supposed to be pure white anyway.
Well, yeah. You can go with a very, very, very light blue. Desaturated blue. Or a very, very, very light gray.
Also, are you proud of me? I color picked this color in like an instant.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it looks a little dark to me, but it's very close.
It looks a little dark to me. He's a dark type.
He is a dark type.
He better be frickin' dark.
Oh my gosh.
He's in the hunting of the night. What does Shiny Absol look like? Is it pink?
I don't know. I can double check. Hold on.
I cannot remember what Shiny Absol looks like. I thought it was like pink.
Shiny Absol. Oh god!
Is it hideous?
It is. Oh!
I guess vibrant, like,
orange salmon-y color?
gross orange?
What the frick?
Why, though?
But why?
They did Absol dirty. Like, it's not the worst color I've seen, but sure ain't that lovely.
Yeah, right? I mean, it is a disaster for the disaster Pokemon. That's looking really nice. Now you're gonna have to put in all the white. Add a new layer underneath your dark gray layer. And then just fill it.
It looks pink to me.
Yeah, that's...
It's weirdly pink because I'm not in pink.
Well, that has to do with color relativity.
It's relatively pink.
I'll teach you color relativity.
There, that looks
relativity.
A lot nicer, and yeah,
eventually.
maybe it is a little bit too dark. Oops.
That looks better.
It's... Oh.
I would do more of like a... It's no.
Snow.
Okay.
That looks too green. That's better. The slightest little tilt of the tints and stuff changes it so much. It's bullshit. Oh, look at this red-eyed bastard.
And you know what? It's probably not that red. You're going to want to go... We'll see. Yeah, that's looking pretty good.
You also forget that that monitor that you're watching is color fucked.
Yeah, that's true. That does look really nice.
Yay! Look at this loser. Now I've got to shade. So now we add that, we multiply, and we go for a blue, gray, dark blue. Was it a light blue? Grayish. It was that, wasn't it?
For your white?
No, for shading. Or was it the darks? I thought...
It's a darkish blue for shading.
Okay.
For when you're shading white specifically, you want to go for a light blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Now we get to decide where shading shit is. Care.
Are you done? You're just like, I hate everything.
Now wait. No, I have an idea.
You have an idea?
But I have to redo all of this shit. So, let me actually go, before we even highlight or do anything of this.
You want a hint for a shortcut?
Hold up.
Okay.
I gotta cook first.
Alright, I'll let you cook.
Let me just cook here for a minute. We gotta cook here a little bit.
Still cooking. While the fire's hot.
Shut up. How do I only flip the one thing that I have selected?
That is a different flip. You want to go into Edit, Transform, and then Flip Horizontal or Flip Vertical.
Flip Horizontal. There he is. There he is. Alright, now.
Amazing.
I had this thought for the longest time.
You had this thought for the longest time. Is this why you did the Ricci Paris?
Not with the Paris. I didn't originally think of it as for my Paris. But as soon as I got Absol, I was like, oh no, what if we did this silly little thing? Because Paris is from the OG. So Paris is godly.
Paris is the originator.
And
Sploot does not fit anymore. You might need to expand your canvas.
I do need to expand the canvas, but I don't know how to do that.
Go into Edit.
I could also shrink everybody down.
You could.
A little bit more. Sploot needs to...
I think you've already resized Sploot, because he looks about the same size as Paris at this point, and he's supposed to be, like, double the size. Because that's another thing. Paris should be half the size of these other two.
Well, I mean, I guess I can shrink down Paris again, too. He's just a little guy.
He's just a little
guy!
Oh my god!
What happened?
You're on free transform, that's what happened.
Oh, the things that happen.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? They can all be reaching for the same thing.
Oh my god.
They hemkin reach.
There's gonna be piece of candy in the middle.
Canvas. Oh yeah, they're all after the rare candy.
Yeah, right? This is gonna be a theme for the rest of your peeps.
Oh, look, you can see it.
Yeah?
That's the greatest thing. Now it's just a pretty border.
Do you have paper layer? You can just change your paper layer to that gray.
Or I can just...
You can make things harder on yourself, that's fine.
That was hard. I'm reeling from how hard that was. The white on Absol still looks way too gray, like...
Because you have it at, like, mid. You need it way lighter than that. Hold on, shortcut. Go up to Edit, and then, convert to drawing color.
That is very white.
That is very white now.
That's okay. All of our buddies, everybody's here. Since everybody else has shade, we'll just do shade.
Yeah. Eventually you'll come to love shading and highlighting.
Huh?
I can hear the crying in your voice already. Might want to go just slightly bluer with that, that color.
Oh yeah, I didn't switch it.
Yeah, also, if you merge down your white layer to your dark gray layer, and then do another layer over top with the clipping mask, it'll be easier to shade that way. Because then you don't have to trace the outsides.
Down, and now I have no idea what your next steps are.
Your multiply layer,
okay.
Make it a clipping mask, which is that box with a box symbol. No, up, and then all the way to the left. There you go, that one. Alright, now you should just be able to, like, if you just kind of fill that, then it'll only fill where you have selected.
I mean, it would only fill where I have selected anyway, right?
No, it would only fill where you have selected over top of that color layer. Does that make sense? So you see how it didn't go outside of your...
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He's really cute, my babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this wouldn't... This is, like, sticking out. The actual side of the head is, like, back behind there, technically.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we got our shoulder going on here, and there's something right there that's not working.
Maybe there's a hole in your coloring? Yeah, I don't know.
Lumpy belly. Alright, now how the fuck would this work?
Most of your light will be hitting this part of the...
Right? Because it's like...
Yeah, you would just shade around the bottom edge of that curve.
Down here.
Yep, down there, and then you would just do, like, a very small amount of shading to show that it's rounding around. Like, a line kind of thing. Yeah, there you go. And then you would also have some shading from the top of the line of the crotch diagonally down. Yep.
And this leg, I suppose, also on the...
Yep.
Side will also have very faint shading all the way up.
Yep, just
towards.
to show that it's rounded, and then there's a part that there's a part of it that's like in shadow. It's looking good to me. And then you would have a little bit of shading at the top part of the hip here.
There's another schmutz.
Yeah, up here.
Dirty lines there.
You'd also have some shading up here while you're cleaning this up, so...
Shading, huh?
Yep. Nice.
What face shading? Gross.
I know, right?
Underneath the hair.
Yep, underneath the fur, and then,
Now I've lost my blue.
it's in your color history.
Good.
That should be it. How do I explain this? From the middle in of the Karen swoop. Yeah. I'd be sad too if I didn't have a mouth.
Yeah, and the gem I also didn't change the color of.
Right?
Realizing that now. So that's gotta get blooped.
Nice. And you'll have some highlight on that too. Your nose isn't colored in.
It's just highlighted.
Oh, okay.
It's shimmering. Look at that.
Sure.
Yep. It's the shine of the nose.
Okay.
Yep. That's what it is.
Don't forget to fill in the rest of your eye, either.
There. Perfect.
Good.
Beautifully filled in. He an angy boy.
He is.
And they're all going for the same thing. Here, let's put a little rare candy in there. It's like a little...
They're just like a rainbow circle, aren't they?
I don't think they're... rainbow. I'm pretty sure they're blue. There we go. They're all going for the rare candy.
Oh yeah, they are blue.
Look at them.
Amazing.
Yeah, there we have them.
He looks really good!
Right? Sweet little Absol an hour later.
Well, I mean, that's okay, because this was a really hard posing to do, and it was also a really hard animal to do. You don't have any idea on how anatomy works yet, and you're challenging yourself with the poses that you're picking, so you should be very proud of this.
Yeah, I am. My favorite Gen 3!
Woo!
The boys!
The boys!
Alright, great. Well, there we have it. Thank you so much, everybody, for sticking around this long and enjoying our favorite Gen 3 Pokemon. If you haven't seen Gen 1 and Gen 2, go back and see it. You're kind of spoiled by now as to what they are and what they look like.
But you can still see the process and everything.
Yeah, what's your favorite Gen 3 Pokemon? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, and make sure that you're taking care of yourselves, everybody. Drink your water and do what you can.
We'll see you next time.
Bye!
Bye!